So, Brian, we've got you here because you have a brand new album out, Scrap Metal. It's to be released in January on Paris Records. Features new singles stuck in the 80s, Fast and Furious as well. There's contributions from past and present members. You said that the album began as an afterthought, really, but grew into a full record. So talk to me about the process, where it came from, and how it came around.
But we started off, I was going to do a new album, and I started going through all the songs I have because I'm always writing and we have stuff left over. And I started looking at some demos that we'd done probably for Back for Another Taste around 1988. And there were a couple of unfinished songs that I always liked, but we never ever finished off for whatever reason. And so I started working on them with Aaron Murray down at his studio. And they took a turn for the better, and they were really starting to sound good. And that's when we decided to go with a whole album of songs like that, and maybe save the brand new stuff that we've been writing, like "Not My Circus, Not My Clowns," "Brother from a Different Mother," Gene Simmons Says, that stuff for and "Stand Up," which we released in the spring. Save those songs for the full studio Helix album. And we went in, and Daryl became involved as helping Aaron produce. They did a great job, and those five songs really turned out well. The only brand new song is called "Stuck in the '80s" that I wrote with Sean Kelly. Sean plays for Lee Aaron. He's played for Gilby Clarke, Nelly Furtado, you name it, he's played for him. And that song kind of sums up what the album's about. But the '80s were a great time. We felt more free than we ever have probably in human history. Now we're like crushed with regulations every day and rules. Um, and it just became a wonderful project. It turned out better than I ever thought it would.
And how did it feel to go back to some of those older songs then? There's obviously memories attached to things like that and the people involved with those music songs and bits of music as well. So how does it feel going back to listening to those things and turning them into the fully fledged songs that you hope they would be at the start of the process?
Well, I really felt like the spirit of Fritz was there. You know, Fritz was Greg Fritz Heinz was our drummer from 1983 till a couple of years ago when he passed away from cancer. And I was very close to Fritz, and he was just one of those guys that just attracted people. Um, he was always making people laugh, and just one of those personalities. And I've really been missing Fritz these last couple of years, and I could feel him on these tracks because he played on quite a few of the tracks. So from that perspective, you know, it made me think of Fritz, probably Paul to an extent, but Paul's been dead now since 1993, so it was a lot longer time. So I think just because Fritz's death was so fresh in my mind that maybe I thought of him more. But yeah, it brought back memories. Some of these songs we went in and we completely rewrote the lyrics except for the chorus. Such was the case in Pretty Poison. In Fast and Furious, I wrote a middle eight part that wasn't there before. I think things happen for a reason. And for instance, Fast and Furious, I was just sitting around one night and all of a sudden I thought the middle eight up and I went straight to my computer and laid it down before I forgot everything I had in my head. And it's one of my favorite parts of that song. But the rest just kind of evolved. And like I said, Daryl and Aaron Murray had a big hand in how everything turned out so great.
Wonderful. And anyone listening, anyone watching this, what would you say to them to go and give it a try, go and give it a pre-order and get it when it comes out in January?
We're just setting up the website again for the merch store. It's quite a process. You know, you got to get it up in Shopify and Amazon. But the hardest part is actually getting all the boxes that the product's going to go out in and measuring the boxes and weighing the boxes and figuring out the postage. Because postage is such a big thing nowadays. To ship a record out to St. John's, Newfoundland, for instance, is like $20, or to ship it out to Vancouver is $20. So I was actually holding back on doing pre-orders and things like that until I got the boxes weighed, and I was going to put together a package for the fans so that there was more in the box for the same price of shipping. because it's actually the size that costs the money when you ship. But it's starting to get up and running, and I think the digital download comes out same time as the CDs are released in Paris Records. I actually have CDs and vinyl albums at home right now as we speak, but we're kind of holding off so we get that punch when everything comes out at once.
And
But
what's the
it's going to be up pretty soon for sale on the vinyl album.
good stuff? And what's the date that it's going to be released for everybody?
It's January 23rd, which is Fritz's birthday.
Ah,
And when we set that date, we had no idea it was Fritz's birthday. His wife told me that.
wow. All perfectly timed together. So there you go. Go out there, make sure you get a hold of that brand new copy, get it pre-ordered when it's ready. Comes out 23rd January. Helix Scrap Metal. Definitely worth getting a hold of. Thank you so much for your time, Brian. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Thanks for having me, and thank you, Helix fans, for your support, and hope to see you on the road.